Hello, hello, and welcome to the UpSet podcast. We're so happy that you tuned in this evening. It's our birthday. When I say our, I'm talking about the most auspicious crew in all the land. Hey, guys.
Hey, happy Sunday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, UpSet podcast. Hello.
And we're all dressed like the Temptations.
Yes.
Funny how we all got the same shirt.
I know, right? I love it when it works out that way.
Speaking of birthdays, so that intro though, that was pretty nice.
Oh, that was nice.
That really was very nice. I
Thank you.
noticed that but Marlena looked like the only one who was really serious about the business of doing it.
Oh my goodness. He took me messing around. He didn't even take like a good picture.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's designed that he can change it out.
I'm not complaining about my Bryce
Yeah.
and
That's
Abby.
why
Let them do their jobs.
That's why they took over 500
Yeah.
photographs.
Thank you guys for the birthday greetings.
Thank you.
Birthday wishes, y'all.
Yep.
This evening, we cannot believe it's been 2 years, and we
Wow.
wanna
It is hard to believe.
yeah, I actually had to count. Like, wait, was it 2021? Because we did in 2021. We started, and here we are in 2023. A whole 2 years later. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, before we kind of jump into our birthday activities, festivities, we're going to keep our format the same. Well, first of all, you mentioned the opening, so shout out to our media team for our new opening. Shout out to Pat for the musical accompaniment.
Yes. Didn't know Pat did that, did you?
Pat,
Yeah.
that was really extremely well done. I mean,
It was.
Absolutely.
did you play that or did you sample other parts of it? That's that's really talent right there.
He stole it. That means it's stolen.
Oh no, it's original.
I don't. I don't have great theory, so it takes me a long time to do it. To do the chords one by one by one.
You know what? Tasha, I think it's time for a 20-second break. Run the intro again, please. Just for me.
Yeah, it really was
For
impressive.
the people in the
I'd
back.
love
you
to
can
Yeah.
see it, right? All right, we're going to look at it one more time. This is our new intro. All right, all right.
That was nice. I think
Yeah.
Tally thought he was cute. That's why he wanted it to be done again. He looks suave in his
No
shade.
shade. You saw that?
all I need is a cup and a dog, and people will.
No, that was great. We're excited about the future of UpSet. We're growing up, guys. We're toddlers now.
Yeah.
The
The terrible,
terrible
twos.
twos, right?
Throw some tantrums.
Wow.
Oh, somebody already said
You
that.
know,
Yes.
But when as we talk about birthdays and as we celebrate these 2 years that we had together, I think there's a birthday that's even more important, and that is the fact that we want to acknowledge the extraordinary visionary leadership that has been manifested by the person who really makes this go. And that is the director of communications for the Allegheny East Conference and the leader of the UpSet podcast, one Latasha Hewitt. It was her birthday this past week, and all of us took note of this, and we wanted to take the time as a team to say happy birthday to you. And we do not come empty-handed. Am I correct in that, Pat?
Yeah. Oh.
What?
Right.
What is happening here? This is not part of the program.
So I'm not sure if I know that at the airport they tell you not to put anything in your bags and all of that type of stuff. So we was at executive committee and I tried to get Chuck to put it in there, but she was just holding her stuff so close. So there's a yellow envelope probably right now in your bag if you didn't throw it in the garbage. we all decided.
Oh, we hope not. We hope not.
You're like,
Go check right now. Go check.
Uh,
Go check. Go check. Marlena will sing. Go.
I have to go get
Yeah,
it.
make sure.
It's upstairs. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
right.
We'll talk bad about you till you get back. You know, this is, you know, once again, ladies and gentlemen, Latasha Hewitt, who is our fearless leader, is celebrating her 35th birthday for the 12th time. And we want to.
It's coming up. What is it? March 1st is her birthday. I think is March 1st.
March 1st. I knew it was coming up. I mean, but
yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up.
and,
So yeah, I think we had a break. Chuck, we had a 10-minute break at meeting.
We did.
I
Right.
said, man, how do I get this in? Shoved it in there real quick.
Okay.
Oh,
thank
you
God,
did find
she didn't
it.
throw it
I
away.
have said
There it is.
Oh,
envelope.
good.
There
All right.
it is. There it is.
Go ahead and open it.
But she is really surprised. I didn't.
I
you know,
love
it's
stuff
hard
like
to
this.
surprise.
I'm not used
I
to
know.
that.
I know you do.
She could have been
Okay.
carrying. She could have been a mule carrying drugs. Police pull her over in
That's when you
Pottstown.
trust the people you work with.
now, a sip of bourbon. and-
Officer, I had no idea that was in my bag.
And they'll be like, yeah, right.
Okay. Envelope here, United States Postal Service.
You know all that part. Get to the good stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, it's Christmas. I mean, it's my birthday. And my birthday's coming up this week. It's
It's
March.
this week. Yeah.
March 1st.
You know, it's we count back 9 months.
I love it. It's a gift certificate to Hand and Stone. Little self-care. Love
Hey.
it.
Well,
Yeah, we
Well,
love
we-
you, Tosh.
we really want to salute you. I mean, this is the only conference that has a program like this. Tosh, this was your baby. This was your brainchild. And you do a lot of work to pull us together individually and collectively, and to help this become an organ that allows the Allegheny East Conference to have useful and meaningful dialogue. And we really want to salute you and applaud your efforts and let you know that we care about you.
Aw, thank you guys.
Happy
Well
birthday.
done. Well
And happy
done.
birthday.
Thank you. That's so
Happy
special.
surprise.
Thank you all. Such a sweet surprise. Such a sweet
I
surprise.
think those dimples just got another zip code added to them. didn't they?
I love it. I love it. You guys are the best. See, This
We
is a
are,
great
yes.
thing.
Yes, we are. Yeah, go ahead.
We are.
Go ahead, Tally.
I love it. I love it. And I thank all of you who make this easy, because you're so easy to work with. And I enjoy every Sunday, every Tuesday when we get together. You guys have really become a family to me, and I love each and every one of you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna stop talking before
All
my
right.
smile.
So much for the syrup. Let's get on with the show.
I love syrup.
Sorry.
Wait, we're not going to hear crushing ice, are we?
No, I made sure it's just water today. So,
Okay.
all right, guys. So I know, we typically talk about what's happened this week. And so, I mean, hey, anything exciting happened other than our birthday? In the news, what's catching your attention?
I don't
You
even
know
know.
anything good?
I'm normally abreast of what's going on. I don't even know this week. What's
Sometimes-
happening, Chuck? Chuck knows.
Indeed, he does.
Oh, it's snowing in Southern California.
Oh yeah,
That's what's happening.
yeah. I've seen some of my friends have shared some pictures. Oh. Somebody calling the helpline.
Okay. Yeah.
Connect-
We have
connection to
Sound
CNN.
effects.
I mean,
So,
really,
The
okay.
East Coast has
That
not-
let me just say to our audience, expect anything during this show. Okay? I'm just letting you know. Okay.
Yeah, no, but that snow is kind of crazy. I mean, to see it in California. What's the last time they
Southern
had snow?
California.
I mean, and that's real snow out there. Real,
Yeah, they actually have winter coats. I was like surprised to see that.
I have family, still have family out there, and I wrote to them and I said, understanding you're going through very challenging and difficult weather, I only have two things to say. Ha, ha. I'm so great. The Germans have a word for it. It's called Schadenfreude. and that's where you take delight in somebody else's pain and discomfort. And I am just enjoying watching my Southern California friends who had the nerve to sing a song, "It Never Rains in Southern California,"
Oh, that's right.
when it do snow. So,
Yeah.
and our former president, Elder Alvin Kibble's out there, isn't he?
Yes,
Yeah.
he's in California.
We
I thought he was in Las Vegas. Is he in Cali? Is he in Cali?
He's in California, I think.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
love you. We love you, Elder Kibble. We appreciate you. We're grateful that you're suffering out there in California. That's what you get for leaving us behind.
Yeah, everyone tries to leave us.
That's what you get for leaving us. Yeah.
We do want to let our viewers know that this is our birthday party, so we want you guys to call in. We figured we'd be able to get more people in if we put the number, have you kind of call in, and you can share anything you want. You can share your favorite podcast episode. You can share the podcast that made you the most upset. You can share why you watch the UpSet podcast or what you appreciate about it, what you don't appreciate about it. We just want to hear from you. So please call into our birthday party. We love to hear the voices of some of you that we see, putting the comments in every week. We'd love to put a voice to the names. Thank you to the shout out for the shirts. And yes, let's give a shout out to Wanda Banks Green and her company Zag Promotional that are responsible for our shirts. And she's okay. Yeah, I'll talk about that one. Okay. All right. And then thank you.
Right, Reverend Bishop. Now, let me just say a word. Miguel Sarant is he has great preaching.
Yes.
And homiletical skill, and I just want to put a feather in his cap. The guy is. I'm looking forward to seeing how God is going to use him in the future.
Yep,
man, love it.
Yep.
Love it.
Bishop Miguel.
So don't forget to call in.
And he even has that look, that in order to look holy, you got to look like you're slightly perturbed about everything. Like something stinks in the room.
Nah, Tally is like when they're introducing you. What look do you have on your face when they're introducing you?
Oh, yeah. I used to get my C.D. Brooks had the best one. That look that almost said, "I'm humbled, but you're right." I used to love his look. Earl Cleveland had a look that said, "I need Pepto-Bismol." It is hard to figure out how to look, especially when they're saying great flowery things about you.
Yeah. All right, so like we said, we're gonna have a little fun tonight. So we're actually gonna play games, and these are interactive games, guys. So all of you watching, we're gonna need you to get by your screens, whether you're on your phone, your TV, whatever, and we want you to answer some of our little UpSet questions. We want to know out there who knows the UpSet podcast best. I forgot to get the
sound effects.
Sound effects going. But
that sure wasn't it. I mean, great embroidered shirt, beautiful theme song and nice screenshot, and then sound effects are.
What you got? What sound you got?
Wow.
What sound did you have? Because I thought I heard something.
Oh, that wasn't me.
That was me.
I
was hitting some buttons. You guys hear that?
Yeah, we heard something. I hope that wasn't going on in my head.
Okay, that's another problem for another day. All right, let's get to a few about who knows UpSet best. All right, we're looking for your answers in the chat.
Yep.
And we know sometimes it's delayed, but okay. First question. What does Pat need to wear before he enters the pulpit?
Depends. No, I meant it depends on what time of the year it is. That's what I meant.
Let me go over the rules with you. You're not answering.
Okay.
This is for our audience here. What does Pat need to have on or wear before he enters the pulpit? Now, I want to see who's going to be first person to put this in the chat. Okay, it's a little delayed. All right.
Well, Ken said a tie.
All right.
Somebody got it.
Coming in. We got Mike Williams, I think was first with Holy Shoes.
Oh, okay.
And then so was Donna McAllister. All right, the shoes. All right. We're seeing our faithful. Now I don't know, Pat. Do you need a tie? Are you one of those pastors that can't go?
We had a discussion. So Rita is right. We did have a discussion on traditionalism some time back, and I couldn't preach without a tie. I'm working it out now, though. I'm working it out.
Look at all these right answers coming in.
They know you, Pat.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
gracious.
preaching shoes. Okay.
Tally embarrassed me. Tally, I think you have one depends.
Pat, do you have one of the shoes you could show us?
It's going to end up in our upset museum one day.
Don't show them your secrets, buddy. Don't show them.
Yes, it's upstairs. Uh-oh, Tally just left.
You went to go find your preacher shoes. I don't know where he's got. But okay. Next question. We're going to do a few. We'll sprinkle them throughout. Which upsetter was the last one to join the crew? What? Well, in other words, who was our newest upsetter here? All right, I'm waiting for it to come in. I think our view. Okay, Tally's decided to return.
He's back. Is he back?
You good, Tally?
Yeah, thanks to Comcast.
No, I pushed a button and it was it
wasn't the right one. Yeah,
the rapture button.
Coming in. All right,
a lot of right answers.
Yeah, you guys are so smart.
Yes.
Oh my.
Bonus points for who can remember when she joined us.
Oh my goodness! I don't even know that.
So you tell us. We're like, yeah.
I remember it was a dark day. There was a great disturbance in the force, and
Tally has loved it.
It just goes to show how long folk have been watching, because that's been quite a few shows back.
I think March. I think I came March.
Yeah,
2021.
Yeah. So great job, guys.
She was sick of us, and she was like, "We need another woman on here."
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm right. Wasn't she supposed to only do one?
Two.
Oh, yeah. It was supposed to be our subtle audition. You know, we didn't tell her.
Right.
She didn't know.
So she came on. Right. She didn't know that she came on, cussed out Tally. We was like, we need her. That's it.
Yeah. She did. She just went right at me.
Yep.
I said, welcome to Marlena. She said, okay.
I'll let him talk about you like that.
You know how some people would say something make you go, Tally says something that make you go, what the devil is that?
Oh, help me, somebody.
Okay, here's another question. We'll come back to some of these.
Oh,
which upsetter became a new parent since we started the podcast?
Charles.
Tyler.
There's no giving away.
Y'all don't know about me.
That's how we go. Marlena turned a weekend visit into full residency.
Miguel's right on this one.
Thank you, my friend.
He's right on this one too.
Yep, you got that right.
Hey, became a new dad. All right, here they come. GP. I know that. GP.
Are you with me?
So she's like our podcast baby.
Yep.
We claim her. Somebody said
You're right, Pastor Miguel. You're right.
The bad thing about GP and little Elizabeth Grace is that we'll say profound things. I mean, we'll say profound and probative things, and Justin will just go get the baby, and whatever we said is lost. And everything. Oh, look how cute and how
Ali, we'd be like this.
Baby's always still the show. How old is she now, GP?
She is 1.5, turning 2 in April.
All right. Yes. Awesome.
Just wait. I mean,
y'all might see her when she wakes up.
Of course we will. Of course. I mean, it's his way to just say that I am the only one fertile and productive here.
Wow.
The rest of these,
Okay. Well, thanks a lot. All right. Now I wanted us to flash back, guys. We said it's been 2 years now. When we started this podcast 2 years ago, I mean, I was new to podcasting. I know a lot of you had experience. I did not. So I got tickled looking at our second show, which is when we were explaining how we came up with the name UpSet. And so I wanted to kind of share my attempt at explaining how we came up with the name UpSet. UpSet is exactly what it sounds like. We are here to upset the fruit basket, and some of you are very familiar with that game we used to play. I know. Did you guys play that game, by the way?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. No, never upset the fruit basket.
The reason why GP don't know about that because he never went to like socials in his church or anything like that. He never did that.
Nah, y'all are just old.
No, really, nobody else. Tally,
I'm playing.
No.
Never.
Okay, so I feel like I have to explain the concept now. So upset the fruit basket. Everybody will sit in a circle, and you were assigned a fruit. Okay, and then the moderator. But it was secret. No one knew what fruit you were. Then the moderator would randomly call out a fruit. And anyone who had that fruit had to get up. It was almost like music chair. You had to get up and run around and then find you another chair. Am I telling you right?
Something like that. Either way it goes. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, and oranges, grapes.
Right.
Yeah. And all these people would get up. I think they would move a chair. And if you didn't have a seat, of course, you couldn't sit in the same seat that you got up. Anyway, there was this high point in the game where the moderator would say, upset the fruit basket. So everybody, no matter what fruit you were, had to get up and run around and find a chair and not be the last man out. And so even though you were upset, if you didn't find a chair, it was still so much fun that in the end, you really didn't care. So, that's the kind of the same concept.
Are you saying that when we're done here, people won't care or they'll care more about what we're
they'll put it in perspective, even though I was upset in the moment or may have heard something here that made me think differently or upset what I normally thought about a particular subject. It's okay because in the end, we realize it's all for fun or it's all for edification.
Wow.
Yeah, that was that roundabout.
Yeah.
Now I want to know.
The only thing missing from that clip is the old black and white streaks. That when you're looking at an old black and white film, that's the only thing missing. It looked old.
Yes, and I was like, wow, I really like my hair like that. I'm sorry, guys. That was the one thing I was concentrating on is that I like those braids.
We praise God for the growth. For the new cameras and
I know, right?
It was.
So young.
Mics. Yeah,
we look like we've been through something. Y'all look more mature now.
We didn't have the cameras yet. I can remember that.
We had the cameras.
Right.
Some of us didn't have the proper mics. We were just coming on as
Ali
we were.
was in the homeless shelter, if you could see him.
He had this big fro. I mean,
Yeah.
was that?
Was it the pandemic fro about that time?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
we still did it. We weren't where we needed to be, but we kept growing and growing and growing.
Yeah.
And look at us now. Look at
I
us.
know. Now we got matching shirts and
matching shirts.
okay.
Clearer cameras.
Yeah,
Right.
clear out mine. Just excuse mine for today. We're working on that. But I did want to give a little plug. I'm not going to give out all the details yet. But many of you have been consistently asking us about UpSet merch. And we didn't want anyone to think that we were ignoring you. We're sitting here teasing you every week, drinking out of our mugs. And now we have these shirts. And we decided that, okay, it was time for our birthday to go ahead and launch the UpSet store. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So starting Wednesday.
I'm sorry. Let me act like I knew that. That's right. That's right.
Starting Wednesday, we'll have the link. We'll add it to the chat of this, but by next week, we'll be able to post it on our live show where you'll be able to purchase your own UpSet mug, a couple of variations, UpSet caps, and UpSet t-shirts, and then a combo of the three. We're just starting off with 3 items. And so you guys may or may not recall that when we first started talking about this, I don't know if we shared it with them. I don't know if it was just us talking, guys. We decided that any of the proceeds from UpSet would go to fund the much needed vacations of all the upsetters. No. Sorry. No, honestly. So the funds would go to causes that you, as our Upsetter fam, deem necessary. So if you were aware of a situation where someone needed financial assistance, you would write to us and share the concern and what was needed. And whatever we had raised for that month from the purchases from our online store, we would donate to that family in need. So we'll be sharing more details about how you all can share. But, you know, we don't want to just be on here just talking and, you know, saying a bunch of stuff. We want to be Upsetters who are making a difference. When you see situations in the people's lives around you that upset you because you wish they kind of had a little help, we want to be the group that can help them. Okay. And so it's going to take all of us working together to be able to bless those in need. But we think that this is a way that we can all kind of give back in our own little way. So UpSet fam, stay tuned. We'll be sharing that link for you to get your merch and set someone up for a better situation in their own lives. So we thank you in advance for your support, and thanks for pushing us. You know, we didn't believe you guys at first, like when you were like, you want merch. You're like, really? We're just us. But now we're excited to be able to launch that.
And those of you who purchase more than $1,000 worth of merchandise, we'll send you the UpSet podcast headphones.
Okay.
Yeah, along with a red. No, I'm just kidding. That was just a joke, a really bad joke. I had
but
right says here there were actually the UpSet podcast.
Or
colors.
we have the famous pencil.
Right.
For $1,000, right?
Really
Very
merch at this point.
But I mean, I know that you're all joking, but I had to talk Marlena out of. She was going to sell blessed oil and prayer cloths, and I shared with her I didn't think that would go over it well. You know?
He doesn't know the power of the Holy Spirit on me, guys. He's a naysayer.
Well, let's give you our a little trivia for our audience on Facebook and YouTube. Now, this question in particular is for those who watch the podcast. I know a lot of the podcast fans listen to the episodes. They download them and listen to them while they're on the go or while they're relaxing. But some of you all actually watch on Facebook and YouTube. And so you notice some things about us. And so the question for you all is, which Upsetter changes their look the most?
Oh,
which Upsetter changes their look the most?
Tally
was most likely to look like a completely different person on the very next episode.
We have a call coming in from Ray Charles, who knows that. Everybody knows that.
Gosh.
You guys are a mess.
All right. Let the answers flow in the chat.
Pat.
Especially his hair, Pastor Miguel, especially the hair.
There it is, Lysandra.
All right. Okay. I see it. All right, guys. I get it.
I mean, Tasha at times treats this like it's the Grammy Awards, where like she'll bring up a question, go away, change clothes, come back, change her hair, come back, change the setting,
same show.
In the same show, you know.
I wish.
Well, we just saw her with her blonde braids.
I know. I
red
missed them.
lipstick. She was kicking it, girl. You were kicking it. Oh yeah.
Somebody said Marlena. Oh, Pat said. Oh.
We're all confused. So you're confused.
That's right. You got it right. And thank you.
Jillian Smith got it. Tasha, that's right. And Jillian would know, because Jillian Smith, she's a member of West Church. One Sabbath, I did not know who she was. She changed her hair, and it was such a change. I did not know who she was. You know, I greeted her like a visitor, treated her real nice.
That's the privilege that we women have. You know, all it takes is a change in the hairdo. We could become another person. Mm-hmm. Good evening there, Carlos. Thanks for joining us. We have another question. GP, you gonna ask another one?
I want to let someone else ask another question.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, Pat, ask that question there.
Which Upsetters? Wow, this is gonna be good. Are vegetarians? You guys tell. Who do you think? I know I lost this already for the food.
We love you guys too. I'm sorry.
Come on, everybody. Who? No, who?
Yeah. So there's 6 of us. Of the 6,
there we go. Oh,
which of us do you think are vegetarians? I don't think we've ever like divulged that, but if you had to guess,
Yep.
which
Said Charles.
Who are the vegetarians? Can we give a
All
number?
right. Charles, you just have that look, right?
Wow.
I don't know.
Chuck is the only one.
Vegetarian.
Yeah, but I eat salmon sometimes. That doesn't.
Everyone thinks
We have
Chuck is a vegetarian.
Charles, Marlene,
And it's not
Marlena,
veggie fish.
Pastor GP.
Nick, Chuck, and Marlena.
I think Nick could catch anything running.
Nick.
I don't think.
No.
And
Everybody
the
knows
answer
Pat
is
pork.
Patrick.
Yeah.
Definitely not Pat Graham.
Oh, someone said none. Okay,
No,
none.
I became vegetarian in 1975.
Wow.
Right after I joined the church.
Really, Taylor?
Oh,
19.
wow.
I mean, and I lived in a house where a pork chop was your best friend. My family was an Adventist, and I just decided that I was convinced. I read a couple of things and convinced that if you became vegetarian, it would make you a better Christian. And so, honestly, that's the reason why I did it. Then I went away to Oakwood the next year because I joined the church in '72, and in '74 I joined the church in fall of '72, and in the summer of '74 I went away to Oakwood, and it became natural to be vegetarian. So it just became my lifestyle.
Wow.
Wow.
But
Okay.
now West Philadelphia challenged you because in
Oh,
West
yes.
Philadelphia, a fish is a vegetable. So yeah.
Okay. So I think we've gotten quite a number of guesses.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry, executive producer. Hold on. I have a question that's going to follow that. Oh, but by the way, how many of us are vegetarian?
Okay, I was gonna say, will the vegetarians please stand
No,
up?
I eat fish.
Yeah.
Pescatarian.
Yep.
I'm a veggie.
So it's half of us.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah. No, yeah, Tally, right? Tally.
Tally,
Yeah.
So
Marlene.
3 saved, 3 lost. Got it. Okay. Cool. Move on.
Remember when they used to say
You're
that you can't
saved, GP.
they used to say that you can't be translated if you
Oh yeah, I
eat meat.
remember that.
Some folks still say
Yeah.
that.
Can't make it in
Lord
the
have
kingdom.
mercy.
Yeah, and
Good
no,
God.
I'll just no problem. Nowadays we got Google Translator, so
yeah.
not a problem.
Yeah, I love it, Chuck. I love it. I remember they said if you ate meat during the week, you couldn't come to church because it didn't digest out of your system yet.
Oh yeah. I
Oh,
you-
my
stories worse
goodness.
than that.
Can you imagine
I was
somebody?
told if you go to the supermarket and you touch meat in the freezer section that you were cursed.
Oh
Wow.
my goodness.
What?
Is that why my hands? My hands
Are y'all shriveled?
Can you
How
put
do you
vegetarians on top
address
and
that?
meat eaters on the bottom?
Oh, okay, let's make this clear. Yeah,
How do you
thank
address what? What do you
There we
mean?
go.
How do you? I mean, for
Vegetarians on
example,
top.
Lord.
Jesus
on the bottom.
died, was resurrected, went to heaven, came back, and next thing we see him doing a fillet of fish sandwich with the
That's right.
apostles.
Eating
Right.
fish.
How do you address that one?
Tally, what about Peter rise and eat pork?
Oh no,
Vision.
that's
Yeah.
metaphorical. We can.
Well, forget about it.
I mean, but Jesus was on his way back to glory, with
Had a piece of fish.
with a piece of fish, somewhere in his gullet. And so I just wonder how you address
He
that.
didn't have fries with that, did he?
Listen, I got another question, guys, for real, that came off of this last question. Everybody in the Upsetters kingdom.
Kingdom.
Which ones of the Upsetters are single?
Ah.
And ready to
Oh,
mingle.
you mean legally?
Tally, what's wrong with your lips?
Not
Tally,
married.
Tally, what's wrong with your tongue and lips? Get it out.
You're getting nervous.
If you ain't married, you're single.
It's like,
Oh,
Tally said
it's too challenging.
There you
Go ahead and type it in the chat, y'all.
go. Yeah, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
Ah.
man, I gotta make up a ring. People know me too well. I gotta make up a ring.
Yeah. Lysandra and M. Williams and wow.
Yeah, Mike Williams.
Marlena and Nick. It just depends which way it goes. It's either Nick or Marlena.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Both
Well,
of us single the hard way. The hard way. You know.
And so, if any single folks are fans of the podcast, go ahead and shoot your shot.
Yep.
Shoot your shot. It's a good
Should I
time.
should I put up the email address now? I mean, hold on.
Their number
Nah,
scrolling
put their
at the
phone
bottom.
number. Put their phone numbers.
If you'd like to speak to one of them now,
Oh
please
my
call in.
goodness.
No, I'm kidding. No.
We'll
For
interview
the-
them right now on the spot.
We're
Nick,
not
tell
starting
him,
yet.
Tally, tell him how we love being single. Tell him, Tally.
Okay, give me a minute and I can lie. You know, let me tell you, it is being
Listen.
single, being single in ministry
So
can be
Wiggy was
it
admin
can
is
be a
mingle.
serious burden. It can be a burden. It really can, because ministry is an aphrodisiac, and people need to realize that. I mean, because you think
Sister White
about
said that. Sister White said that.
did she really? Sister White, she said that.
Well,
That
not,
word.
well, not
Oh.
that. I'm paraphrasing. I'm gonna send you to where it's at, Tally. Since you,
Yeah, I mean,
since you and Sister White
it's a
down
tough
like that.
thing. It's a tough thing. I'm grateful now that I'm retired from the active pastorate, because it really, you know, it's you know,
Man, Tally.
yeah, man,
I
it's
know.
Now,
not good.
ladies and gentlemen, I just want you all to know that within the next 10 minutes, if you call in, I will pay for your first date with Marlena or
Oh
Tally.
my goodness.
Oh, gosh.
The number is
Oh my
301
God.
969
I'm apologizing in advance. to you.
75. You call in right
That's-
now. I'm going to pay for that date. Not for you to get to Philly, wherever you
Yeah.
are, but I'll pay for that date.
People say, look, we're trying to be saved continually. We've
Yeah,
seen
you know
those
what?
two on the
You're
podcast.
right, Miguel. This is
Oh
another way
my
we can
goodness.
raise money for.
You know, Miguel just, you know, he gave a good pail of milk earlier and then he kicked it over. There's a
Wait a
name
minute.
for that, Miguel. That's called prostitution.
I really just got a text.
Look, spiritual prostitution
Yeah, you know.
for Tally. He's the one
You know.
saying, come to me, baby, come to me.
Kim said, perfect fundraiser.
Kim, didn't I do your wedding, Kim? I take it all back. You know, I take it all back. I mean, but no, it is.
Oh boy, that's
You know,
funny.
it's you know, marriage is such a meaningful institution, and I really, you know, I want to be really clear about something. I deeply regret being a divorced man, deeply.
Wow.
And I mean, I wish that had not that was not a part of my legacy.
Wow.
I mean that with all my heart.
Addresses and phone numbers are coming in.
Now, having said that,
Having said that,
you know, having said that, it's okay. I mean, you discover that there's life after that. I mean, you think about somebody like Daniel, who was not married, and who was,
And
you know,
Jesus.
90% sure that he was what's the word for it?
Hold on one second. Retirement. Yeah, he has retirement and Social Security.
And food stamps.
I mean, Daniel
they're well
was
taken
sexless.
care of.
You know, who was it? Ezekiel's wife died, or was it Jeremiah's wife who died, or both?
Jeremiah
of them
wasn't allowed to get married, so it had to be
wasn't allowed. So Ezekiel's wife died. I mean, you know, ministry is not, you know, not that tough. I mean, not that easy, you know.
no, it's not. It's not.
I have a question.
Okay.
There's life after death.
Which upsetter has his own radio show?
That would be
That is
Charles.
way too easy.
The real, the new experience.
Many years ago.
But that was a great show, I
Any-
tell you.
Let's see.
Who has their
Are we
own
getting
radio-
answers in
the
here?
real one.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you tell who has a radio show? Call in now, right now. Doggone you, we're going to be playing the music about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And if you're one of the first lucky callers,
Oh, an auctioneer.
Yep.
Charles has the radio voice. And for all of it, I say this with true humility and honesty. All that I'm doing in radio is a result of my having met Charles when I was 16. He was the person that helped me to understand that this was an avenue, that this was something that could be done. I mean, and he did it so well at a time when people weren't doing it well.
Oh, wow.
And so
Why, thank you, Bill. The check is in the mail.
back to you, Chuck.
Oh my goodness, I love you guys. Well, one
That's
thing
awesome.
about the podcast is we're always finding out interesting things about tally. And so I have a clip from our second show where we learned
Lord.
something we didn't know. You know, we don't like to mix politics and religion. You know, we step on toes when we do that. But you know, we are the UpSet podcast. So
a lot of people don't know this, but last year I was one vote away from being a state representative. One vote.
Wow.
Yeah. I'd been asked by the community to run. And my church, I didn't realize it until I withdrew. That many folks in my church didn't want me. They said, "Pastor, you shouldn't be in politics because politics is dirty." And you know, and I said, "Well, then who should do it?" And they said, "The dirty people." I said, "Oh."
You remember that?
I do. It's a true story. True story. You know, I'm so glad that I didn't win. I am so glad that I didn't win. I would not want to be an elected official.
I understand. I understand. Okay. Now a couple of things, and we'll go back to some questions. I wanted to just do a little spotlight on all of our upsetters. So, you know, you guys surprised me and, you know, surprised you for a few seconds.
Oh, yeah. We didn't talk about this in pre-production.
You got surprises. Oh my.
Yeah. But this is just a chance for our viewing audience, listening audience. You can kind of hear and follow along. This is just a shout out individually to each upsetter, because one thing about the UpSet podcast is that we all bring something different. And fortunately, the Lord has blessed us to be kind of a beautiful motley crew, if you will, that just gets along, I feel like, handsomely. And so we're just going to take time to just highlight each member of the UpSet podcast. So if my mouse will work.
Don't let it
Let's
work.
start with the distinguished gentleman there, Nick Talifero. Let's just give him a round of applause, appreciation.
Go, Nick.
Man.
Go, Nick.
Himself.
Go, Nick.
Next, we have Marlena Dubrow, Pastor Marlena Dubrow. We thank you for your contributions to the UpSet podcast. And
shouldn't her name be Marlena DeSister rather than DeBrow?
Oh gosh, you know what? Next, we have the man who owns the preaching shoes, Pastor Patrick Graham.
What kind of shoes you gonna wear? Golden slippers.
And then we have GP. Look at that thoughtful pose there.
Our committed brother.
That's right.
Yeah, unpack that. What does that mean? Unpack that. Our committed brother. Because some folk may not know
about that.
I realize, yeah. GP, you want to tell us?
Oh, I sing in an a cappella group, and I enjoy singing. And I was blessed to be able to sing on TV for a little bit and win a competition. Yeah. And
let's put a feather in that cap.
You're the bass.
Put a feather in the cap the way it belongs. It was a television show that aired where back in the early 2000s?
2011.
2011.
Yeah.
And the first season of that show pitted a cappella singers from all over the country in it. And the first winning group was the group Committed out of Oakwood College, and our own GP was the bass of that group and still maintains that position.
Yes, he does.
He's an actual recording artist, you know.
Yes. Legit. We have some legit people.
Yeah, real famous people, right? That's real famous.
You know, he doesn't need this job. He doesn't need to do this.
No, this pays too well. I can't not do it.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm sorry. All right. And there's Tally right behind your back.
Look at
Thank you, Charles.
Photo bombing.
Can we acknowledge the wave game?
You know this is painful.
I love it. I wanted to
in the streets in Brooklyn, we used to say that his dandruff is drowning.
I love it. I love it. So yes, thank you to Charles, the one who didn't know when he came to the first meeting that he would be part of.
did not
You was
know.
surprised like me. You see?
And now,
Yeah.
But Charles represents our dignity.
Yeah.
You know, everybody views Charles as being the gravitas of the group, and
Yes.
but Charles has been that way since he was 17.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
when did you first have a beard, Charles? When you're about 18, right?
No, I had it earlier than that. The first time I was ever
Wow.
was
In
able
nursery
to
school,
wear
I
a beard.
think.
Right.
Not nursery school.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All
in
right.
other words, it just came out white. Is that what you're saying?
It
No,
actually
no.
it was
Bearded.
darker at one time.
Started out dark, but
Chuck
You know.
is indicative of your wisdom. You know, all that wisdom
Wisdom.
that you have.
Charles is
We
not.
keep him
Okay, I'm
fooled.
sorry. I'll get real quick story. I met
No,
Charles when I met Charles. It was at 11th and Diamond Street. The North Philadelphia Seventh-day Adventist Church was having an evangelistic meeting. I was just some hood from the street coming in to this tent. When I met Charles, he came out of a tent with a baseball bat. And I said, I think I'm going to treat him with respect. He was the tent master.
Was he
the tent master.
He was the tent master.
I was the tent
At
master.
11th and Diamond Street. And I said, this boy think that they want to play baseball out here.
Well, you know, a little side comment on that. Elder J.C. Smith, a pastor of North Philadelphia Church at the time, asked me to be the tent master. And of course, the conference delivered the tent, but there was no tent master tent. There was nothing under the tent, this huge tent, except for maybe the platform. And Elder Smith said, "Okay, son, well, this will be your first night." And he handed me the baseball bat.
Yep.
Wow.
He said, now, all you need to do, just keep that next to you. And I slept on the platform that night.
That's right.
Until the tent master tent came, you know, of course. But that was quite an experience. I mean,
Until they started, and then they started bringing in trailers. You know, those trailers that's in the back. Otherwise than that, you was outside protecting the organ.
Exactly.
Literally.
Wow.
Exactly. Yeah.
Those tents aren't cheap.
No, they're not. They're
Well, neither is life. And at
And you
11th
know,
and
tent
Diamond Street.
masters didn't just watch the tent when it was unattended, but we had to repair the tent. We had a storm.
The water.
And we had to drop the canvas and literally sew up the canvas before that evening's meeting and get the tent back up in the air.
He's not leaving Adventism. He may not be a Christian, but he's not leaving Adventism.
A true story, though. That's how I met him.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
All right. And last but not least, I had to put myself in, even though I hate my pictures, but you know, I didn't want to leave you guys out there like that. So I had to throw in a couple. These pictures were from our recent UpSet photo shoot. And I wanted our viewers to vote on a group picture for us. So guys, I'm about to show you.
Here we go.
No wonder this wasn't in post.
You take too much upon yourself. This was not
She is
voted.
the producer. So
We have 4 options. You guys have to help us choose.
Guys, so we're gonna take back the gift.
And then we have a guest. We have one of our faithful viewers on, and we're gonna have a live guest host for a few minutes. But let's go through these pictures real quick. All right, we ready? So pick your favorite group photo. So you're just gonna put 1, 2, 3, or 4. All right, first one. I'm sorry, I can't stop it. All right, this is one.
I know she's being devilish.
This is 2. All right.
Nice.
This is 3. All right.
That's nice too.
And this 4th one is a different version of 3, but all right. So you guys see. So I'm gonna go back through.
I like 2 and 4.
Yeah.
4.
All right, there's 1,
3 and 4.
2, 3.
Tallying them glasses though.
4. All right, let's see what the people are saying. Let's see what they're saying.
Oh, look at all these 4s coming.
Oh yeah, that 4 is beautiful.
1.
Yeah, I like 4.
I like 1. I didn't really like 1. But all right, 1. We got 1, 4.
Somebody said 5.
Oh, Jenny said that. Jenny from Germantown Church.
You know what?
That's funny, Jenny. That was funny. Oh my goodness.
She is funny.
3 looks like we're dropping an album. Let's go back to 3.
Yeah, the name of our group is called Took 6.
Look at Chuck. Oh my
Please
goodness,
take
Chuck.
All right, so it looks like what do you guys say? 1 and 4 are like the top choices. I'm seeing actually. Aw, thank you, Anna. She likes them all, but in that order, I guess.
Let Anna know we're not giving out any gifts tonight.
All right, so
3 and 4.
thank you guys.
No,
That helps us because we are not dropping any albums anytime soon. However, we do want to take
we're
UpSet
committed.
on the
We're committed.
road.
No, we should be committed.
One should be who said that.
I'm gonna get
So
it.
you'll see some of these pictures again. So you helped us narrow things down. We know which ones you like. So thank you, UpSet fam, for all your help. Okay.
Jeremiah Massillon.
Can we bring in our special guest real
Yes,
quick?
it's time to bring in our special guest. We put the call out there if you want to be a special guest on our birthday episode. And we had someone say that they wanted to join us, and we're going to bring them on right now. UpSet family, please welcome
Tiffany.
She sat right back off of it like.
Hey,
Sister
welcome.
Brisket.
So I just strongly feel that there needs to be a balance in the co-host. I think there needs to be another female co-host. I'm telling you.
Another one.
Okay.
Have an audition.
Now, what studio are you in right now, Tiffany?
I'm in the Marciano's ladies' room.
I was going to say, it looks like you're flushing with pride there.
Okay. Maggiano's, man. There's some good food there too. But okay, all right. So
yeah, I
and,
just want to wish you guys a happy birthday. I have really enjoyed every Sunday tuning in as much as I can, support and give my 2 cents in the chat. And sometimes what I say has driven the conversation, and sometimes what I've said has upset people.
Yep.
But it's all good
Mhm.
because this is what the UpSet podcast is about, right?
that's right.
So
Listen, just take Tasha's place, okay?
no, I don't want anybody to play.
Say,
Anybody needs a week off, just holler at your girl.
Okay. All right. We appreciate
Tiffany, we see where you just came from, but we wanted you to know that when we say here at the UpSet podcast that we hope that you have a moving experience, we didn't quite mean.
Now, she got to go where it's not noise. We get it. Thank you for being willing to take a break from your dinner.
Yeah.
I had to step away from the table before my phone died, but I just wanted to log in and say happy birthday to everybody, and I'm looking forward for future UpSet conversations to be had, and just all the best.
What did you order? What did you order? Are you vegetarian? Which row are you gonna be on?
I'm not vegetarian, but I had a pretty what I had crispy zucchini. I had
those are good.
A pasta with chicken and mushrooms, and I had the warm butter cake with vanilla ice cream for dessert.
Okay.
Was the calamari good?
No,
good.
I don't
Couldn't answer that one.
You're not gonna have
Oh no, that's right. That's for Orville.
Yeah.
And we lost her. We lost her.
M. Brown was saying hello to her. I don't know if she if Tiffany owes her money, but
Tiffany has always
I know where you are now.
She's always been faithful,
She
always
really
with us, and
Really
yes, she stirs up the crowd. She stirs up the crowd.
She does. She does.
We love it. That's what we're here for, to stir things up a little bit. And I feel like we have been able to do that. So anybody want to tell us, I know we said call in to tell us, but if anyone wants to tell us in the chat one of your favorite episodes, we're always curious about what you guys like to talk about. What are some of the things that stand out for you? Or maybe one of your least favorite. No judgment. Oh, somebody's gone. Who's gone? Oh, I thought it was Tally again, but it's okay.
He must have gone to get the baby.
Yeah, he's committed.
I took the minutes away. I said that earlier. Oh, I forgot to show. Oh, this while we're waiting for GP to come back, I forgot I had some honorable mentions for the group photos. I need to put these back up real quick. So this was one of our honorable mentions. We were doing a little clip there, and then this is the one. You always have to have.
You done?
No, the walking shot. Isn't that cool, guys? We're walking. That
does look cool.
Yeah.
That one's okay. I like that one.
I like it.
So we may see it somewhere. All right. I'm done with the pictures, guys. Don't say any more stuff. I'm done with the pictures.
Miguel said Tasha got the J's on.
Yeah, I had to do it. The colors just fit. What can I say? Oh, somebody said so. There are 2 professional singers among the upsetters.
Is that supposed to be Tally?
Oh, Tally.
I like that. It's supposed to be. I like that. I like that.
Okay. Okay. So Sandra says the Black History.
Oh, that was good. I remember that.
Oh, that must have been your first year because I don't remember that.
No,
no, that was this year.
Yeah, that was this year.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Prevagen, Marlena, Prevagen.
Look, true that, Tally. True that. You ain't never lied about that, buddy. That is true.
No, yeah, she was on a date at that. Yeah, didn't come to that one. Okay,
that was probably one of the nights I was pastoring and I couldn't make it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So I did have a couple more clips I wanted to show from this is also from the second episode, and I think this is, we talked about Charles and how he thought he was going to kind of get out of this thing.
Look at Charles shaking his head.
But he realized that this is right where he belonged.
So it was a good fit for me, and for a long time I was thrilled, happy to do anything on the usher board, choir, Pathfinders. I was a Pathfinder director. I mean, I was just, and then, when you run the gamut and you become a young adult, some things you start to question,
Absolutely. And this is the place where all those questions will come to rest, and we will tackle each and every one of them. We are the Upsetters from the UpSet podcast, and this is just a little snippet of the type of dialogue we're going to be having on various subjects from week to week, and we're inviting all of you to be engaged and to join us. Are you trying to look intellectual, Tally? I
was trying to look thoughtful and reflective, but so much for that idea at this point.
I love it. Oh, me. I love you guys.
Oh, gosh. I tell you. I wanted to ask you something, Tasha, because after 2 years, I would have thought that the other conferences would have caught on and tried to do something similar. Are there any replications?
We do have. I have seen some podcasts. I know Northeastern has one. Yeah.
Allegheny West has one.
They do?
Oh, okay.
What's it called?
You know what? Let's stop doing this because it's.
Oh, okay.
If we don't know it, then it's
Northeastern has one.
Yeah.
Yep, Northeastern has one.
Yeah, but I think we are probably most consistent with the weekly podcast. I mean, and I have to say, I attribute that to all of you, because with all of the busy schedules that y'all have, taking that time to carve out.
She is so good. It's so good.
No, honestly, because I can only imagine that, what it must be like to get people.
I mean, just reeling us in. Just reeling.
So, I mean, the dedication is commendable, and, we are here because of all of you. And so thank you for that.
2 of us are students. We got homework to do.
Homework, churches. I mean, you name it. This podcast has it on.
Retirement.
Senior citizen plans.
Yeah, I tell you.
Well, Miguel, I didn't say it, but since you said it, I mean, I have to put it on the screen.
Are there any topics that people would like to see us cover in the near future? Any topics? I mean, someone had made mention of the fact that what happened to Saddleback Church out in on the West Coast, where they were disfellowshipped from their denomination for having a female pastor.
Terrible.
Yes.
They were ordaining their pastors, right?
Yeah.
They're ordaining their female pastors.
And next month is March, so that's Women's History Month.
Women's History Month. Yeah.
We're going to be tackling some of those issues as it relates to women in ministry and some of the perspectives that some of us are just not privy to because we're not in their position. And so we're going to be bringing that article back up and talking about this issue, because you would think, sometimes you think certain things will die off and won't become issues anymore. But this is definitely one that's still stirring up. And this is not even in Adventism. This is, as you said,
real quick question.
Well, remind me to tell you a story when we deep dive into that. Just remind me to tell you a story about our own great Ted Wilson.
Oh boy, here we go.
Okay. Now, Charles, are you ready for retirement? Now,
listen. My sources was printed in an Adventist periodical, so I'm getting the information directly.
Didn't answer the question.
Am I ready for that?
He says he's just repeating what's printed.
It's going to take a long time to pack Chuck out of his office. There's a lot of stuff in there.
That's true.
But we look at the other denominations that are having these issues, and we still have quite a few issues of our own. And I just think that it's part of the UpSet podcast to kind of hit these things head on, but that's I think that's
there it is. Our former president dug himself out of the California snow.
Oh wow.
Out of the California snow.
I can hear him now. Pack your things.
Somebody probably called him and said, Pastor Tally just talked about you online.
Ran away, left us over here thinking, so you stay over on the East Coast and freeze, and the snow found them. But real quick, folks, I mean, this Women's History Month is coming along. Beyond Mary, the mother of Jesus, and beyond Eve, when you think about women in the Bible, what character inspires you the most? Which character makes you think, wow, here's somebody that really ought to be played up a little bit more?
Esther.
Yeah, I was gonna say Queen Esther. Man.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's pretty brave.
That was brave.
Yeah, very courageous.
I would say Shiphrah and Puah in Exodus.
Ooh, man, go ahead, man.
Protested.
Yeah, you need to watch how you pronounce that, but go ahead, man.
Mine is the woman of Revelation on the horse. They just talked bad about her.
Only Pat.
Deborah.
Deborah. Oh, yeah.
So
Moses' mother. Jochebed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of remarkable women in the Bible.
Wow. That's good, Tally.
Yeah. I'm leaning toward Hagar.
I know you like her.
Yeah, she actually gave God a name. Nobody else in Scripture ever did that.
I like that.
Oh, Julian Smith said Abraham's concubine, Keturah, from whom came the line of Moses' wife Zipporah, because the Midianites came from Keturah.
Wow,
she was a sister.
Sister, you got it.
Who said that?
Went to school with Keturah.
Who was a sister? Who said
that?
Is it not still Black History Month?
I know.
Who was the sister?
Extensive study of the Bible.
Midianites were not sisters. They were first cousins to whatever the Palestinians were.
Well, if they're not white, they're colored.
Really?
People say that she was a sister because the Bible says that Miriam and Aaron murmured about Moses' Ethiopian wife. Moses' Ethiopian wife wasn't Zipporah. It was a woman that he had left behind in Egypt.
He was married before.
He was married before he got to Keturah.
Right.
And that's why when he was going back to Egypt, he said, now, what had happened was, and the poor said, wait a minute, I'm going back home. And frankly, Moses sent Zipporah back home. And they were separated. And when they get back, you find that in Exodus chapter, I believe, either 14 or 16, that the Midian Jethro brought Zipporah back to Moses and said, look, I'm bringing your wife and your kids back. You married her. I didn't. These are your kids. And it's an interesting story there.
I know the upsetters don't understand this, but the crew understand this.
Yeah.
That's our cue to wind this thing down.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. It's just so
We're
much
celebrating
fun.
hard.
I have one more question. Let me see how many people can answer this one.
Oh Lord. Okay, I got it. I'll be back, guys.
Yes,
Which upsetter has a black cat that has visited the podcast? A legitimate question. Anybody know?
Legitimate. Runs right across the screen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be an old. That's way back in the day.
Probably late season.
It was a couple of shows. Looked kind of creepy. It wasn't even during Halloween. It was just.
Oh, everybody knows. Wow, we had quite a few people who saw that show. I think your cat. What's your cat's name?
That one, Nyla.
Nyla.
It's a girl. Oh.
Nyla. She showed up twice, I think.
My favorite show was when Pat had his son on, and we were talking about. We were talking about it today, and Pat became a completely different human being. Tender, shadowing, compassionate.
Yeah.
The care that he showed for his son brought tears to my eyes. I said, look at this man lead with his heart right now. Man, I tell you, man, that was a beautiful show.
Oh, look at him blush. Look at him blush.
Hey, Pat, if you
That
cry
was a good
tears, you
show.
won't have to go to the bathroom.
You know what's funny? Again, he's taken a trip with his other autistic friend. They went to Florida to Disney World by themselves, doing their thing. We're still keeping up with them, but he's doing well. Doing well.
That is great.
Good. We're happy about that.
Doing well.
Oh wow! The only thing about parties is you never want them to end, right, guys? Hey, who brought the cake?
Did you say party or potty? Which one did you say?
There's an R in it. There's an R.
I think you have something on the brain there. Go ahead. You can shut your camera down and mute your mic.
Yes, please mute the mic.
We understand.
No. We definitely want to, before we end this party, give another thank you to our faithful viewers and our faithful listeners.
Yes.
Some of you watch us every week, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook. Some of you listen to us on various podcast platforms, and we just want to say thank you. We reached number 2. You know what? He is so wrong. Guys, this is just
you had us worried.
It's like the mute part. Don't forget the mute part. Yeah.
We're having a lot of senior moments today.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Brianna.
2 upsetters? Oh wow!
Two littlest upsetters.
I performed her wedding. I didn't know she had 2 children.
Oh, congrats!
Such a sweetheart, Brianna and Sam Asselbach. They're just 2 beautiful people.
Thank you.
I used crazy glue.
I like that.
I like that too. Yes, thank you guys. We appreciate you tuning in. As I said before, we are excited about the UpSet merch. We will have the link for you live next week, but we will post it in the chat of this particular episode for those who go back and watch it. And just thank you. Thank you for celebrating our 2nd year.
Can we play the intro just one more time? Just one more time.
And don't forget Marlene.
And by the way, the creator of our actual theme song is Dr. Pat.
Yeah. So Don't be
Beautiful,
confused,
beautifully done,
anyone
man.
who sees the intro all of a sudden. This is our new intro. Some of you may have joined a little later when we played at the beginning. So as part of our birthday celebration, let's play it one more time. You guys ready? There
That's
it
well
is.
done.
All right.
Well
Got to give
done.
a
Well
plug
done,
there
man.
for the two videographers and editors that put that together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They must have
Bryce
a
Williams
very,
and
they must have a very wise and sagacious father.
No, I'm blessed to have them part of the team. I mean, they have taken Media Center to a new level. I'm really blessed that
Yes.
they're great guys too. So, and they had fun taking those
With this
photos.
crew, they couldn't help it. I was looking at the pictures. Every picture, I was like this. Because you guys were just making me laugh the whole time. The whole time we were together. So that's what we're about. Thank you guys for staying by. Thank you for watching. We'll see you. Thank you for our intro shout out. And we continue in this. We may have to do a show on that, Tally, since you brought that up about women in the Bible that maybe need a little bit more.
When you consider that women's stories in the Bible are almost always incidental,
Yep.
And that they are mostly buried. I mean, most times you don't even know their name. They're just a woman with an issue of blood, and I mean, but there are amazing stories that are told in the Bible.
You know, I saw someone put on Facebook a few hours ago that, what if, the story was different, but because of who is telling the story, it's from a certain vantage point. So instead of saying a woman who was barren, what if you said a man who had a low sperm count? But they never say that. You only hear about a woman who was barren. But what if the issue is with the man and not the woman? But we put it on the woman all the time.
All the time. One of the worst stories in Scripture is the story of Jephthah, who makes a promise to kill somebody who comes out of his house. And when his stupidity is revealed, he blames his daughter.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, I wish I had time.
I got to read the Bible, man. I got to get to finishing the Bible, man, because some of these stories Tally talking about, I think it's the Apocrypha. One of those.
He reads the book of Josephus.
That's right. That's right. The Maccabees.
Dead Sea Scrolls.
All right, guys. I mean, like they say, you ain't got to go home, but we got to get out of here.
Happy birthday early to you, Tasha, and thank you for all that you do.
Enjoy that spa, darling. Enjoy that spa on your birthday.
Thank you so much, guys. And once again, thank you to our viewers. We'll see you next week, because if it's Sunday,
it's the
Sunday.
It's
Sunday.
See you guys next week.
Take care.